Heidi, hi, Mummas! Are you ready for the fiery session of the day?
Hello! We are Burnt Out Mummies and happy Friday!
Happy New Year, even though we're like the second week in.
Maybe, yeah.
Are we third week?
Third week.
I think we're like Dubai jet lagged, aren't we?
I know. So as you know, we went to Dubai over New Year and oh my God, it was phenomenal, wasn't it?
Phenomenal.
We felt like we haven't even properly talked about it, have we?
We haven't, so maybe we could talk about it now.
Yeah, so we went, it was really lovely, wasn't it?
It was.
Well, actually, saying that, the first day we got there, I literally felt like we was in Magaluf. Because we got there
and I booked it and I was thinking, oh my God, this is not Ireland. I just knew.
I was thinking, oh my God, where have we just got to? So the first day we got there, we literally, I don't know if this is a good idea, we said it like after, didn't we? Because we flew overnight, didn't we?
Yeah.
So we flew our flight was at 8 o'clock at night. So we thought, oh, it's great for the children because they sleep, and they did sleep. However, we did not sleep.
No,
and I kept watching all the films as well, and I tried to sleep. I tried to close my eyes.
That was some intense jet lag because I was like, what do you want to do, Isla? It's either the kids sleeping at night or them being awake all day and then us not sleeping when we get there. So we were like, let's the kids sleep at night. But because of the time of the flight, my kids anyway, didn't go to sleep till about 11:30, 12:30, and then they're 4 hours ahead. So I think all in all they had about 2 hours sleep that night.
Oh, don't.
I had an hour.
I just literally could not sleep. So anyway, we obviously when we got there. Oh, by the way, I was watching. Does any of you girls love this? I love Bridget Jones.
I knew you were watching that.
I feel like it is like me, like with the big pants and everything, because I just love. I love being comfortable. I don't know about you girls, but like sometimes I'll get home from work on a Saturday and it's like 5 o'clock. It's not even got to 6 yet. I'll put my pajamas on and I'll be like looking at the clock and I'll be like, can I have a glass of wine yet?
Oh no, it's a proper good chick flick, feel good film.
Oh,
I was. I think every time I walked past you, I was like, is Irene asleep? You're like, yeah, she's asleep. I was like, damn it, my kids were so excited. Anyway, I did manage to watch, It Ends With Me?
Oh,
or Ends With Us?
That. It was so good.
Anyone out there needs to watch it. It is
it's like a little bit of a subliminal message as well. Like, yeah.
Very good for our burnt out mamas, I think.
Yeah. Remind us about the story because I watched so many films. I watched like 6 different films. I'm just trying.
It's about this lady, and she actually doesn't she? She's there's a few messages in it. It talks a little bit about domestic violence in there. It doesn't glorify it, but it looks at it from the other person's point of view, doesn't it? And an understanding point of view.
Yeah.
However, I think her mum went through it with her dad. She falls in love with this guy in the beginning. We're not going to tell the story away.
Yeah.
Or she's a really good friend and then they lose touch and then they go their separate ways. Then she falls in love with this doctor guy, but he turns out to be
quite abusive. But where she grew up around it, her mum being abused,
she normalised it, didn't she?
Yeah, she normalised it, but it just kept giving her flashbacks.
Yeah.
And I think in the end she got pregnant, with this guy, and he was got quite abusive.
But the flashbacks, actually how she remembered the abuse was not actually the reality. Like he did push down the stairs and in her head she thought she'd fallen.
Yeah.
So then when all that sort of comes back, she was like, it's definitely over, wants to divorce. But it was very amicable, which I don't know is realistic with those kind of narcissistic men anyway.
Yeah.
But she did it. But then eventually it's like, have you seen Sliding Doors and about, how things are meant to be? And then she met up with the original guy that she was in love with.
Because she fell in love with him when she was
and
14,
had a tattoo,
15,
everything.
Yeah.
And he'd left home because he was having issues and then it was like a really nice love story behind it.
Then she met him at the restaurant.
Yeah.
When she was with the new guy.
Synchronicities. Which is that film Sliding Doors. Yeah. You've not watched it, have you?
No, I really need to watch it. I really need to watch it. I've got to, because there's so many people. I'll have conversations with them and they'll be like, oh, that's like Sliding Doors.
You've got to do it. And if anyone's going through a bit of trauma or struggling at the moment, watch Sliding Doors. It's a very good motivational film.
And also, I do think in life it's always about timing.
Yep.
Like
signs,
everything like that. Like talking about like vision boards and things like that. When I spoke on the previous podcast, like sometimes we'll put like things on there that we want to achieve, and then I've not achieved them till like 5 years later, but forgetting I've written on it. So it's all in life, it's all to do with timing. But I think for me, and maybe other people out there, sometimes you like literally beat yourself up because you're like, oh, I've not achieved it. But I think for me, I know what I've been taught in my life as well is patience. It's a massive thing, because also, I'm always taught it. It's
if you keep going for something and it keeps falling apart and not working, maybe it's not meant for you. You should go in a different direction.
Yeah.
Because I do believe as well, what is meant for you does happen with you don't have that force, it just flows.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So I do think that like kind of manifestation thing, like even just having it there, yes, it can work, but it may like work in a different way, bring other stuff in.
Yeah.
And we was talking earlier about signs, weren't we?
Oh my god, yeah.
Like, and just like listening to your gut feeling. We talk about this all the time, your gut feeling, just really listen to it. As women, we have the biggest, not the biggest gut.
Probably after all inclusive out in Dubai. Oh my god, I've eaten my body weight.
I've literally probably had like we started getting on the pina coladas.
Oh, every day pina coladas.
Oh my
everything.
god, like literally no.
Gluttonous
but we have the like we do have the biggest gut after Dubai, but like we as females we have that instincts, that real gut feeling, because we need it also if we have children. That gut feeling is there, that protectiveness.
Well, it's that fight or flight and the fear, and it's all linked to hormones actually.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and so this is all flowing from what we have a little brief chat before, don't we, before we do the podcast, and then we start flowing. But yeah, different people actually give off different hormones. I was researching this week. Funny enough, it's all coming together, and it can come out in people's sweat and other things. So if somebody's got bad energy or anything like that, you can pick it up through their sweat. There's all different ways of picking up things. So
it's so true. And like for me, there is sometimes people that I can't be around, and I don't know what it is.
No comment.
You know who that is, but anyway. No, but there's some people like
you're a magnet, aren't you? You either draw people to you or repel them.
Yeah, and it's just like some energies, I don't know, like you guys will probably find this, but you'll meet someone on the street or you'll meet a random person and you'll either be like really like you'll kit it off and you really gel, your energies really gel, but there's some people it's a very like awkward.
Yeah, sometimes you come away and you're like, I feel a bit weird after talking to that person. I'm not sure how I feel, if I feel a bit agitated or a bit
that's like their energy, and sometimes our energies as humans don't match.
No.
And I feel like that is a thing, isn't it? And like, and also when you're on a really high vibration, a really positive vibration, if you're with someone who's very negative, they're low, they're like in a different mind zone, your energies automatically don't match,
and it will rub off.
Yeah, it definitely does,
because they said, even like with attracting money, that is the same energy with money. It's got to be feeling with love. So say if you owe somebody money or they owe you money. So for example, if somebody was to lend me money and I got it back, I'd be so I'd be so grateful that they lent me that money in order to sort of change my life or do what I need to do with it. But some people, their energy is like, well, I deserve that money, and that energy will push more money away and more negativity. So gratitude is also very, very important, and there is a lot of people out there in this world, I could name some, that doesn't matter what you do, they're not grateful. And if you're not grateful, that energy will repeat on itself and you'll never be successful in money or life or work. Because when someone says thank you,
oh my god, it means the world. It means the world.
That word, thank you.
Thank you. And it's one of the main things, like when Iona was younger, that I wanted to teach her. Like,
please and thank
please
you.
and thank you.
Manners.
Because yes, it's just a word, but a word can make someone feel a certain way.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm like beyond grateful for things. Like if I'll get a contract from a school, I'll be like really, really grateful, and I'll just tell them how thankful I am for it, like what you're doing for me and my company and children, because I feel like I need to do that. I'm not owed anything in this life.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Also, they say that you should be grateful for paying taxes, because the more tax you pay, the more money you're earning. So you should be grateful that you've got more work coming in. No, apparently it's an energy exchange.
Okay,
I've read a lot of books.
We'll take that in.
A lot of
taxpayers.
books apparently. So if you actually resent paying the tax and the money exchange, that will reflect later on down the line in what you're doing.
I love that though.
It was
When I pay my
Amanda
tax-
Francis,
when I-
her book,
Yeah.
Rich as Fuck. I'm
Yeah.
sure it was in that book, and about gratitude around money. I mean, she's a multimillionaire, so she must be doing something right.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, well, I'm going to be really grateful when I pay.
Grateful
my
for every bill that
huge
comes
tax
in,
bill.
because every bill that comes in means that you've got electricity in your home.
Yeah,
you've got
it's true.
you've got warmth in your home. They're not negative
Switching
things.
it up, switching it up.
The mindset.
Switching up the mindset.
But I think a lot of men, I don't want to diss men on this podcast, but can be quite negative towards bills and taxes and
this is not to name everyone.
It's just
this can go out to
generally.
everyone, but I mean, we've got to switch it up.
Switch
because
it up.
sometimes I'll be like, oh my God,
Yeah.
the water bill's gone up, the electric's gone up, and you instantly put that into a negative.
I mean,
don't
council
you?
tax, I'm still like on the board with that, but hey.
Oh my God, before Christmas, do you remember my water? Our whole water, we didn't have water in the house.
Yeah.
Because we were in like a little village here.
Oh, good, yeah,
Like
I
the
do, yeah. I
forest.
was like, where'd you get your water from?
Oh my
Like
gosh!
off the
Like
hills?
literally 3 days we didn't have
That-
water.
no, yeah,
And
I would be a little
have,
bit annoyed.
like, I even said to my neighbour, I've never been so grateful for water.
No.
Like we was
Your
like,
basic needs. I
we
mean,
were getting the last drops from the tap, and like
I just want to
moist- no, I'm
say,
joking.
No, but-
moisturising our
Can you
face
imagine
with a
we've got a
drop.
newborn? Like, our godmum's out in LA, isn't she?
Yeah.
And mum's friend.
Oh my
and
God.
we're so worried. And when you look at what's going on out there with the fires, I mean, we were standing on that Malibu beach. We've got pictures of us, haven't we?
It's awful.
You realise, however bad it can get over here, like how grateful you are to have a roof over your head, or even just to have a job, or just to be alive, well and healthy. Because what is it all for when that's all taken away and that's what you're left with?
Exactly. And like so many celebrities, like Paris Hilton, like Leonardo DiCaprio.
All their history gone, their belongings.
Yeah, all the materials. But this is why we always say this, and we say this to each other. We come into this world with nothing, and we leave with nothing. When we go to that grave or into ashes, whatever, we'll leave this world with nothing. So never get too attached to something
Material things, which I'm really starting to get my head around at the moment. I'm trying to really declutter so I can just pack up and go wherever I want to be, because if it was all burnt down tomorrow, would I miss that thing? That's what you've got to think. All your memories really are in your head.
Yeah.
I know we do all photo books and everything, but
yeah, I think that is the hardest thing. Well,
Yeah.
even me at the moment, Paisley. Oh my God! So I literally had a bit of anxiety. So as you know from my last podcast, I'm moving house, and literally I started Sunday. I was like literally started packing up.
you're going to be chucking
Oh my
everything, I know
God!
it.
I like literally no, but the worst thing for me is my clothes.
I know,
Like
that's
they
what I
hold
found.
so much, like memories
Yeah.
of nights out, like, and that is one thing I can't let go of. I'm finding it really, really hard.
I had one pair of shoes that went on every holiday with me.
So I was really ruthless on Sunday. I got rid of 3 big. So bear in mind, I've been trying to clear out for the last few months my clothes, because I was like, it's a massive hurdle.
It is.
I've got climbers
I didn't do
upstairs
it.
for 4 hours. So I did 3 massive sacks, and I had like
good when it
like
goes,
some
though.
designer stuff as well, and I just put it in the sacks and I closed it, and then like so I've got a bit of anxiety because I was like, oh my God, and then I was thinking in bed, oh, I might wear that DKNY thing.
DKNY, is that
I
you
was
going?
like, I know. I was like, I might wear that
Donna
DKNY
Karen,
thing.
that used to be my thing.
Literally, I was like, and I was getting anxiety in bed. So in the morning I thought, oh, I better get it out the sack. But so this is South. You know, South. My husband is like literally OCD.
Yeah,
He
but he's
put
already
all
taken
the
it.
sacks in the car and left it outside the charity shop, like first thing in the morning.
My God,
so
so
I
he
went
gone.
downstairs in the
No.
morning to try and get it back out.
That is
and
so
he was like, "It's gone. It's gone," and I was like, "Oh."
Yeah, but do you know what? If you've not worn it for a year, you're not going to wear
I
it.
hadn't worn it for 2 years.
Oh, there you go.
Like,
It's
even
the memories,
oh my
isn't
God,
it?
it was even the dresses, Paisley, and I was like,
Yeah, but do you know
it's
what?
really hard.
What you're doing now, apparently, as well, it switches up energy. So you know when you go into old people's houses, it can get quite stagnant because they've not moved a lot of things around.
Right,
so even
yeah.
moving things around in your room will switch up the energy, which is quite good for feng shui.
Yeah.
So all these books I have read somewhere along the
I
line.
love it. I know. I love
This
it.
is
She's
cracking me
such
up,
a
right?
bookworm. I'm like audio. I think I've finished one book in my
No,
life.
I
and
didn't
that's
even
Jordan's.
read one book on holiday. I didn't even read on the way back on the plane. I managed to read half a book.
I started listening to an audio book actually.
Yeah, but this is making me laugh. Do you remember those beach shoes that I had that came on every
stop
move,
it.
every
I couldn't
holiday? You know, like the foam ones that you can wear on the rocks
Stop
in
it.
the water.
I never forget them. I never forget
I've lost
them.
one. It's like I think
Oh,
I've left it in
no.
Dubai, so it's like saying goodbye.
Oh, thank
It's
God
gone.
for that, because they're the worst things I've
They
ever
were
seen.
they
in
were
my
from
life.
Lidl, right? I actually got. £4.99, but they've been on every holiday, every house
Stop
move,
it.
and I take them away. And whenever I need to wear them, they've already got spares there anyway. I don't know if it's some crusty feet,
Oh
but
my God.
they're gone. But
Look,
yeah,
thank God
funny
for that.
what
Literally,
you pick up.
You bought them. We went to a caravan before, like a few years ago, and then Paisley come out of her bedroom wearing these flippers, like these like shoes, and I was like, "What the f are they?"
Polyfoam
I was
shoes.
like, "Oh my God, I've never seen anything so bad in my life." And then didn't they
It's
fall out of the
gone.
pram? And then the next day,
Oh my God, we went on a night out and we lost a pair out of the pram, and somebody came up and gave it to us still on the floor the next day. We picked it up.
no one was taking that shoe.
No one was taking
Oh
the
my
shoe. It was
God.
still there.
It was time to go. You know what? It's probably hanging in someone's like,
Listen, it's like I'm
suitcase or
balling in
something.
Dubai. I'm not coming home with you.
Oh my gosh, like that shoe.
And we tried the Dubai chocolate out there, didn't we? That everyone's raving about.
The pistachio chocolate.
I've actually not opened it yet. I need to open it.
Oh,
I know. I
have
don't
you
know.
not? Oh my God, it's
Because
so
it was like £20.
nice. Oh my gosh, so you know when you're on holiday vibe, but you're still learning what the currency is. Like everything seems like in their money, like so cheap, but it actually isn't. And then when we come out of the shop, because we got bartered, didn't we? They got in, come and try our chocolate, come and try our chocolate. So
Oh,
we're
it was
trying.
amazing.
Oh my God, we were trying the chocolate, and he was like, I was like, Paisley, come in here.
I
He's
felt
giving
so
me,
guilty that we
he's
tried
giving
every
me
flavour.
free chocolates.
Yeah, but
And then we
ended up
felt we had to buy it.
£20 later for 6 chocolates.
Oh my God, yeah, we paid £20 for 6
God,
chocolates.
yeah,
but
the
I'll tell you,
boys'
the
faces were
pistachios
like
one-
thunder. They were like, yes.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
money.
And I was like, can we have some money, please? Like asking them for money for chocolate.
No, mine came out of my own bank account actually.
Oh, don't,
Yeah.
don't. But
So-
yeah, no, it was funny. But when I was in Dubai, what I started to do, because when it gets that New Year thing, like I can't always read when there's children all about and
No, the children kill that vibe completely.
I know, they literally just kill it. You cannot read. Whoever who reads is an absolute saint because they can shut
You did
themselves
sat
up to
there one
anything.
day on your lounger with your the first day, and I was like, what the hell?
No,
how?
it's writing down. No.
You were doing all your goals, and I was like, I haven't even opened the book. As much as I wanted this holiday to be
it.
planning for the next year, I actually have done some notes on the plane on the way home. I had 8 hours. I don't think I slept, and I've smashed through all my goals. I listened to my book, and I could really had some thinking time because everyone was asleep, and I had my
Yeah.
own seat for once.
Yeah, I know you did actually.
Did I've normally always got the kids.
And what was that
No.
thing about when you're in flight and crossing water? You're more open to like.
Yeah, it's like new beginnings. So if you go on holiday, it is good to go on holiday. I know people say, oh, you should have a holiday at home, we can be happy at home, but equally it does clear new beginnings for you, new lives, puts things to bed, real
really-
shift in energy.
Yeah, I always think if you go on a plane, try and be, if you're working, doing whatever. I've written a lot of my books on a plane as
Yeah,
well.
I can do a lot of
'Cause
thinking on the
I
plane.
just
It's very
start getting
intense.
really creative.
I cry at all the films, everything. I never do that at home. I was like, I watched Amy Winehouse Back to Black, or whatever it is. That was amazing. And actually, even going to Dubai was very inspirational because they are very materialistic, but they're very inspiring. What the AI museum, the
Oh my
science
God.
museum,
Yeah, I mean, all of that
wow,
was just crazy.
the future.
Like the future.
But
all
and
of
they
that
also
stuff. At the same
said
time, really scary because it's like eliminating humans.
it is,
and bringing in robots and things like that.
I really want to read that Shakespeare's book because I think they said even though they had lots of money with the guys behind the ears of Dubai, they've had to have big vision in order to create what they've wanted to. So that's the power of the mind, of visualization.
Yeah. And actually, when I went there and like looked at what the king had achieved and everything in Dubai was literally just sand. It was a desert.
No, all our uncles working out there in the beginning, and it was like sand.
They were. And but now look how much it's built up. Like
too built up. When we went, it was 10 years ago, I think. We were
and it was no way it's built up
partying
as it was now.
before children.
Before children, we had a
living
good
the
old
dream.
party life. But yeah, no, not now. I felt like it was so
That
different
party
this
bus
time.
with a boat. We were like, normally we'd be on a yacht and we were on some £20 catamaran going around Dubai because we had the kids with us.
We'd normally be like partying, drinking.
Like, we can't afford that this time. We've got four to pay for.
Don't.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it was really nice. It was nice. And do you know what the best thing about was like our little ones are the same age, so they were like.
And they loved it. And Sonny with the football pitch, he was playing football all the days. And then we had some friends out there, and we met up, and the two little boys were playing football all day. It is very good for families. They do put the family first out there, don't they?
Definitely. And I feel like that is their thing in Dubai. Like, it's all about families. And actually, that everybody works really hard.
Really hard, but you get rewarded for it.
Yeah, yeah.
If I could pick myself up with the children or whatever, I would start. I don't know. There's pros and cons to it. It does make you want to work harder and be inspirational because you're getting rewarded for it. However, the cost of living's going up over there, but it cannot be as bad as it is in the
England.
UK right now.
I know.
Votes below. Would you stay in the UK if you had a choice?
Or would you go to Dubai?
Or abroad? Even though in Spain now, though, aren't they? They're bringing in the taxes. I was talking about this earlier. Did I tell you?
No, you didn't actually.
So the locals can't afford to buy, apparently, in Malaga and where we wanted to go, like Marbella, and buy a home. So they're not just charging you 12% tax now, they're going to bring in 100% tax. If you want to buy a home, say for 500 grand, I might have this wrong, but I'm sure they're going to tax you on 500 grand as well.
Wow.
I mean, that's going to kill tourism, surely. I get it, the locals need homes and everything, but equally...
It's mad, isn't it?
I think
we can't control what's going on.
We need to be earning. Listen, guys, you've got to get us up there.
Visualise it all.
Visualise us.
Visualise it.
Big out there, and we can help everybody.
I think also what we were talking about just before this podcast is what you give out, you get back.
I really want to do a charity.
Got a little, do you?
For burnt out mums. Mums that are in struggling relationships, domestic violence. I've had this on my mood board for a long time.
We're going to do it on our vision board when we have it.
But not give them money, but give them skills in order to be financially independent.
It's really good, actually. I love that.
I've had it on my dream board, actually, for about 10 years.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Do it?
I've already got a number one podcast on my dream board.
Yeah,
so
another one's a charity.
Hopefully at some point soon. Right, anyway, so... Right, I opened this book earlier and I said to Paisley, let's just open it. This is The Secret, The Power. You've probably
I like
seen
the
this
original,
book.
The Secret.
I do love the original, The Secret. And another good thing that me and a couple of my friends do every year is the magic. So we do it at least twice a year. I did it this time last year. So do it. I think we should all do it together as women. Yeah. I'm going to do it. I prefer it on the audiobook. I don't know about you. You've got it on the audiobook, haven't you?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, so I'm gonna start it. And it was in my head, and I was like, I must start
the gratitude for 60 days from memory.
That's it.
So every day you've got to say something that you're grateful for. Is that right?
Yeah, and there's different things you have to do every day. Like if you've got a stone, you need to put the intention in there.
And then you can sometimes bring money to you. Is that in that book as well? I'm just trying to remember.
Yeah. Listen to the audiobook. It's really good. I think all of you, if you can listen to the audiobook of Magic. I am like Nemo. It goes in and out. Each day when you're in the car. Implement something on it. So right, this is a quote I've got today, and me and Paisley were like, oh my gosh, that's so true, we love it. So give and it will be given to you, for by your standard of measure it will be measured to you in return.
Okay.
Yeah, so, and actually Guess who wrote that?
Jesus.
Jesus. I actually, that's in the power, but I actually didn't know it was Jesus when I
didn't know
wrote it.
Jesus was involved in the secret.
Well, listen, there are lots of people involved in the secret.
Yeah.
The rich and the rich and the rich.
Do you know what? I actually feel really low today as well. What's going on? I feel like I've shrunk.
Oh, I thought you meant like low in your mood.
No,
I was like, what?
I feel actually really
I
hot.
was like thinking,
I feel quite positive.
I was thinking you don't seem low today. You seem quite like high
My
vibe
chair.
energy.
My chair.
So I've got the move in a few weeks. Actually, no, it'll be how many weeks? Well, hopefully, I'm not even going to say hopefully, it will be. Oh, shall I tell everybody what happened when we was in Dubai?
Oh.
What happened? Right, okay, so this is a thing on vision boards and manifesting that is completely true, isn't it? And it does.
Yes.
It works. And I promise you guys, it really does work. I cannot tell you enough that it works. So, like, this is why we're doing the vision board event. So in a couple of weeks' time.
I think it's 2 weeks.
26th of Jan, isn't it?
Yeah, it's on a Sunday.
Not even a couple of weeks. It's like next week.
Sunday, 4 till 6.
Literally next week. Yeah, 4 till 6. We've got the saxophonist coming.
2 hours of your time.
2 hours of your time. We've got all the mads
Plan your
already,
life.
haven't we?
Yeah.
I'm so excited about it, and I'm gonna be doing lots of little things. I'm gonna have like some talks with everybody about how to do it and things.
Energy clearing.
So I do a lot of manifesting, and a lot of my things within work, everything has happened within manifesting. If I try and want a bit more work in a year, and I'll say, right, I want 2 more contracts to come to me this year, I do usually get them, and I manifest it. So I write it down, and I do something called, we'll talk about this more on another podcast, but we do something called the 3-6-9 technique.
I know what you're going to say now.
Write it 3 times in the morning, 6 times at lunch, and 9 times in the evening. Now that is really hard for some people to do that, and I can't always get to the lunchtime one because I'm always busy during that
One
time.
second, I'm going to be late for work. Just go right down.
1 second, but mornings you're really open to manifestation, and especially at night you're really open to
Weird that
manifestation.
though, because I always do my to-do list in the morning. I feel quite powerful.
Yeah, and I think so. Since getting back from Dubai, every morning I've got notepads next to me, just a small one like that, with a pen, and I write down, I am this. I put, the first thing I put is I am healthy.
Yeah.
My children are healthy.
Love to be on a flying ball in your bed.
Thing. I'm like writing it down, and what I'll do is I'll put the oils in my hands, smell it, not every day.
Oh, you've got a spa going on in your room.
I know, it well sounds like feeding Iona breakfast. I think, right,
I'm like, get up, it's 6:30, get up, put your shoes on, brush your
Daisy,
teeth.
that's not every morning.
No, it's not
like,
that.
Sometimes
It's quite
done
calm at the
before
minute.
me. But it's but yeah, before like the madness of like me getting that ready for nursery, I get ready for nursery and stuff. But because I'm up so early, I've been
getting up early.
Got a bit of time on my hands, haven't I?
Tell them about this thing. It's so exciting, actually. Because you've made it happen.
So before I found the house that I'm going to move into in 5 or 6 weeks. So what happened before December? Is we had our buyers, we had to find a house to complete because we were nearly losing our buyers because we found a house that we absolutely loved.
No.
Fell in love with it. It was literally my dream house.
Did like it.
So I was like, we're going to get this house. Anyway, wrote it down. I wrote it down as if I was in it already. I wrote a letter to myself.
I did that with the one
I was in it.
All in them.
Yeah, and I wrote a letter to myself. Dear Miss Isla, whatever, you are living at this address. Did it, meditated in my manifestations. I went like on the field where the house was because it was overlooking a field, and that field I used to walk Skippy on like every day. So anyway, really, really manifested it, and then literally like put an offer in. And then the guy, he's an older guy, he went away on holiday, and then literally we waited for like 3 weeks, and our buyers were like, what's going on? Oh, you got a house?
I was like, hold
and
on,
I was like,
hold out.
I'm holding out. Anyway, so obviously he got back from holiday, And then he said, I'm pulling it off the market. It's not to do with the offer that you've put in. I'm pulling it off the market. And I was like,
I bet
God.
he puts it on in January. Just wait.
Oh,
Patience.
So, yeah, it was about patience as well. But at that point in time, I think this was actually October or November, we had to find somewhere. So we did see this one house, and we did fall in love with it. And it felt like it was both of our personalities. Obviously, the other one's been taken off the market. This one was the closest to everything that we wanted.
Yeah.
It had like a tick list of everything we wanted.
It is very suited to
you. And you've like seen it. So put an offer in, like accepted. This is a house that we're moving into. When I was in Dubai, what I manifested that house. The estate agent messaged me and he was like, "Oh, hi Isla, hope you're okay. Just wanted to let you know you've put an offer in for another house, but it's come back on the market
for the price that you offered at it.
For the price that we offered on it." I was just like, oh my God, it really threw me off my tracks. Like, me and my husband had like loads of arguments over it because I was like, we were
trying not to get involved. We were like,
and even Paisley was like trying to convince him. But
well, no, I was like, there's pros and cons.
There was
each one.
So there is pros and cons of each one. The one that we're going to doesn't need anything doing to it. Obviously, the little like bits of how we make it our own.
Yeah, you will. 100%.
But the one before like needed so much work doing to it. But I don't know what it is.
Renovation.
For women, I think we can always see the potential of something, and I can ignore all that and see the potential.
It's living in it though.
But yeah,
it will break anybody.
It'll break anybody in renovation. But yeah, so we've agreed that we will be still sticking to our plan of going to the new one, and my husband was kind of like, what did he say? That opportunity has now gone. It's gone.
And also, I get where he's coming from.
And I was like, I do get it. And I was like, we have got toddlers. It's not, I don't think it's going to be our forever home. Because I can't see it as my forever home, because we've both planned and we've both agreed, okay, I'm going to be here for a certain amount of time and then we can go somewhere.
It's just moving is so stressful. As much as
I know.
I don't seem to be. I don't know where my settling is. I need a caravan, to be fair, but.
So what was it? Mummas maybe. Mummas left me. So Mum's got two like sculptures.
They're bronze, aren't they?
You've got bronze sculptures.
Cherub.
And I've got the angel cherub, and Paisley's got the gypsy.
I've got the old gypsy lady, and I was like, oh, okay.
I'm always on the. That's so funny.
It's probably right. I do think in my past life, it could be free, but. I mean, you can't buy freedom.
Spread our wings. Like I hate to be tied down anywhere for a certain amount of time.
The thing is, right?
Just my personality.
Salvy's right. If you want a family later on, when you put a newborn into the mix with the renovation, if you're having to put extension on new walls and money, because things aren't cheap now to do make money out of property unless you're buying it really cheap on the auction, not living in it. That can put serious pressure on a relationship and really test you in every. Single angle.
Yeah, I feel like we're speaking to the
to the
person who's been going through this, and actually, to be honest, maybe it is a sign. I've seen my sister go through it all with a renovation, and I think it's been hard for you because you've had toddlers.
Listen, I don't care what anyone says, and they go, "Oh, you can live in it." No, you cannot live in that dust with kids, especially when they've got chest issues. Like even this morning, our kitchen's nearly finished. And it was so nice. I was like, oh, I can actually use a tap with water. I don't have to go out in the garden and use a hose. And I can put stuff in the dishwasher, but we've not had for like 2 years. But I couldn't find anything. And I was like, because I was so busy before Christmas, my partner put everything away. And I was getting frustrated. I was like, right, it takes a long time to be settled in a home, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
And those little things you can take for granted.
Yeah.
But when I get annoyed, I say to myself, it's just material things. Like I could be living in a field right now.
You actually would be really happy
would be so
with
happy.
A little caravan.
We're not having to worry about all of this stuff we worry about every day. Is the toys in the box in the front room, or is the bed made, or have we got the designer bathroom or whatever? You're just in your caravan, like being free. You're out every day. You're not having to worry.
That's why travellers travellers.
Probably really happy.
Yeah.
I bet they are. They can go out and eat every day, don't have to wash up after themselves.
No.
When they've had enough, they move on.
Yeah, that's
Leave
it.
all their
That's
rubbish.
what we should do. Oh my gosh.
Right. Anyone got any field or land out there? I might look into it.
Yeah, Pacey will bite off you. Thank you so much for listening today, guys. Have a go at the 369 challenge. So that's 3 things in the morning, write down, 6 in lunchtime, and 9 in the evening.
Well, what
if
do you
can't
mean?
do
Do you have
the
to keep
lunchtime,
repeating it? What do you do?
So every day.
Yep.
You write down it 3 times.
Yeah. What you want?
What you want, and no, but it has to be not in future presence. It's I am now.
So I am now living in this house, or
Yes.
I am now living my future life.
Yeah,
or...
I am healthy.
Yeah.
I am this, whatever. Or something that you really want. I've got a new contract from whatever, or I've got this new job, and you write it as if you're in it already. So 3 times in the morning, 6 in the lunch, 9 in the evening. I switch it up a little bit. All right, it's 6 times in the morning and 9 times at night. So because I miss out the lunchtime, so I think I'll put the extra 3 on it. The lunch in the morning.
More the merrier. I think it pretty
More the merrier, but I write it quite a lot until it's in my head and I feel like it's pushing it out there into the universe. So yeah, give it a go, guys. Give us feedback if there's things that has happened for you.
And please book onto our retreat. It's only £29, but it will sort you out for the rest of the year.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Like vision boards, you have to do it, guys. And if you haven't got a vision board,
it's a really good price, actually.
Really...
Getting all the boards, all the equipment.
Yeah. And saxophone music. Ibiza style, our favourite thing ever. And also some Prosecco we will be bringing. Pacey's favourite drink in the world. So that makes her sick in cars and on the roads and everything.
I think I'm more a champagne girl.
Let's not talk about that anyway.
Or Schlur. We'll get some light soft drinks because not everyone's
Schlur.
drinking or doing dry January. So there'll be a bit of both. But
yeah, but those who are not doing dry Jan, be welcome to crack the bottle of Prosecco. Anyway, all right, guys, we love you lots. Have the most amazing weekend ahead, and we'll catch up, and hopefully we'll see you next week face to face at our retreat.
Bye.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
How about you come along to our first ever retreat for burnt out mummas?
This is going to be so cool. It's on the 26th of Jan. It is something that is going to be so special for you mummas. We have arranged such a cool thing, haven't we, Paisley?
The most fantastic lineup that you've not had before, and what makes us feel alive. And it's going to make you start the new year off, 2025, with a bang. What have we got, Isla?
We've got vision boards.
Woohoo!
This is one thing that I do every year, a vision board in January. It sets your intentions and goals for the year and years to come, which is really powerful.
The perfect burnt out mummas mood board. And to top it off, in the background, we're going to be listening to
my favourite thing of all time, a saxophonist.
Woohoo! Ibiza style.
Ibiza style.
Well, January.
I know, in January. So to pick up the moods of when you're feeling really low in Jan after like Christmas celebrations, we've got a saxophonist coming to play Ibiza specials. So that is going to be insane, isn't it?
The rest is going to be top secret. It's going to be a 2-hour event. It's going to be local to Kent and Surrey. It's going to be held in Tatsfield Village Hall. We're going to put all the details on all of our posts, and we're taking bookings as of today. So we have limited spaces. If you want to come along and experience our first Burnt Out Mummas event to make you feel great for the year ahead, then please go ahead and book with us.
Woo! Join the Burnt Out Mummas community.